and rolling, and Donald Trump's alive. Sam,
Isn't
what do you
that
think, man?
isn't that just incredible? I mean, we were talking about it right before the show. We talk about these scenarios, we talk about these situations, and you and I have literally had this conversation before. Like, they only have one option to beat Donald Trump. We've literally, I don't know how long we've been talking about this, but for quite some time. But it's still different when it happens, isn't it? It's just like a whoa, just an eerie feeling, a crazy feeling. Um, I don't even know if I know what to feel. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. I think the nation's in shock. Really, I do think it's in shock. I can't imagine what it would be if uh, his head had been ripped off his shoulders. Uh, I mean, I really don't think people fully appreciate, like, this was very, very close. Failed. Makes you want to believe in God, dude. If you don't believe in God, it kind of makes you want to believe in God. Um, Something's going on here with this guy, right? Like, I think I'm just reminded of all the other people. I was born in '58. In '62, was it '62? Kennedy was shot.
good question. I'll tell you.
MLK was assassinated. John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Robert Kennedy was
63.
63. Robert Kennedy was assassinated the following year. Ruby was terminated. Who's the other guy that supposedly shot Kennedy with this magic bullet that went 7,000 miles
Was
and
that
penetrated?
Harvey Oswald?
Yeah, Harvey Oswald is gone. Okay, so that's 5 or 6 people that since 1962, 1963, that is about what, 60 years. One, nobody will tell us the truth about what happened. We continue to cover it up. See, I believe this. If you're a family or an organism and you keep covering up felons, crimes, pedophilia, mistakes, fraudulent activities, you will repeat them. If you don't confront them and go, hey, that was wrong, I actually violated core principles, you will repeat these over and over. Enron's demise came because they had done a crude oil trade about 25 years prior to them defaulting, 20 years prior to them defaulting. And they came up with this little scenario to solve the problem. And every year they had a problem, dude. Guess what solution they went back to when they had a problem? They went back to that. Oh, hey, that solved that problem. Let's go do that. FBI, CIA, I'm calling you out. Okay. You guys have been criminal since I've been a child. I actually have been thinking I live in a free country. I do not think that's true anymore. What was the FBI's name? The FBI guy's name? The guy that had a really checked background, kept records on everybody.
Oh, you mean one of the founders, Dulles?
No, the FBI director at the time the Kennedys were assassinated.
Yeah, I thought that was Dulles.
No, the head guy,
Hoover.
Hoover, the freak. Okay, the guy that dressed in dresses and evidently part of the
J. Edgar
LGBTQ.
Hoover.
Yeah, total bad guy, right? This country's a lie. I think this country's a lie. I think I'm going to live. I've been telling my children this for like 15 years, and they, probably think I'm a little crazy. But one of them gets back into the United States last night and says, "Hey, is Donald Trump okay?" And they're looking at me going, "Hey, you've been saying this for a long time, man. You've been saying this country is out of control." And they're seeing it now. I told my kids about COVID. I had to get on a private jet and fly them out of England, dude, because their mom was there and going, "Oh, COVID's not really a thing. It's no big deal. I'm doing business here. We'll just get vaccinated." 11-year-old kids. My 35-year-old wife is literally going, "Hey, we'll get vaccinated. I need to go to see Visa and MasterCard, and they won't let me go to the convention without a vaccination." And I'm like, nobody in my family is getting vaccinated. You can get vaccinated. She ended up getting vaccinated, 35-year-old woman with cancer. I'm like, what doctor told you to do that to your body when you've had already an immune problem? So, look, I think it's really hard for people to confront this. But what happened Saturday happened. It happened. It was a real deal. Okay. Some kid got up on a roof in front of thousands of people, cameras, drones, Secret Service, CIA, DOJ, local police, federal police, satellites everywhere, dude. I mean, they know I'm smoking Marlboro Reds, okay, from 40,000 feet. Come on. That whole area had to be freaking done, mapped out, thermalized.
What was your first thought when you heard the news?
It's like, okay, well, this is the moment. I mean, look, and I don't want to be this guy that says, hey, I told you so. 3 weeks ago, we literally went through this, and I said, this has to happen sometime in the first 3 weeks of July. Something bad has to happen, at least in July. But I was literally down to backing in. Okay, we have an RNC this week. Something has to happen before the RNC, dude. It's just simple for me. I'm back everything into it. And then I'm like, I started asking all these politicians you're introducing me to. Okay, when's the DOJ? I mean, when's the Democratic, the DNC? Oh, wow, that's August the 16th. That's a whole month from now. Okay, then that's not really a whole month because, weekends are 2 days. So out of every month of 30.4 days, you have to take out 8 days. So there's really only 22.4 days in a work, assuming no bank holidays, assuming no July 4th. By the way, July 4th was a holiday and July 5th was a holiday. So now you've reduced, like you just do not have that many days. You have a month. And they have to come up with whoever they're going to put on the DNC ballot by when, Sam? A week before? 10 days before?
Well,
they can't do it on the day, right?
Correct. And some states say, hey, we need the name by the end of July. Like, I think it's Ohio and I think it's like Wisconsin. They need it like now. Yeah.
So let's say, hey, everybody says, look, 2 weeks before the DNC, we need these names. If all you have to do is back into, okay, then we have a game theory now. Something should happen before August the 1st. Again, and I'm actually saying again, I think, look, I've lived through Pearl Harbor. Okay, anybody studies Pearl Harbor and thinks that was just a thing by the Japs, you really need to go study history. We knew that was happening. Okay, we were warned ahead of time it was happening, and we allowed it to happen. You either allowed it to happen or you were totally incompetent. One or the other, pick one. We must go back to that date and say, gosh, we fucked up. But I've never heard anybody say that, okay? Then you do the JFK thing. And then the Robert Kennedy thing. I mean, they didn't stop, dude. Bang, bang, killed 2 fucking brothers. In your face. If you don't think this is in your face, 2 brothers. This is why I got pissed off at Mr. Kennedy. Like, I would not support him. When they were doing this shit to Trump 8 weeks ago, I was saying, hey, look, this is short of kinetic assassination. They're using legal assassination attempts. They're literally putting every enforcement body at Trump, throwing everything and the countersink at him. This is effectively assassination, and that Robert Kennedy doesn't stand up and say what they're doing in everyone's face right now is identical to what they did to my uncles. And that he didn't stand up and go, this is bullshit, dude. He actually should walk away from his role today, stand up and say, I am supporting Donald Trump. Sir, put me in any position you choose, sir, please. That's what Mr. Kennedy should say, okay? Quite frankly, most of the Democrats should say that right now too, okay? Like this is gonna get polarized, okay? I see Ed and Brian Cranston, these pump twins. I don't know where they came from with millions of followers. They're supporting constantly. Still, bro, you little punks, come to my show and let's have a real conversation. You're inciting ignorant people to do stupid things now. Okay, this is so obvious, and for anyone to suggest that this was like I'm having to hear this bullshit from these people. That Trump pulled this, and it's a marketing program for him. There's zero motive for him to do this. Okay. He was already way in front. Okay. This has only helped. These fucks on the Democratic side, They can't even run an assassination, dude. You think they can run this country or a hospital or a fire department or a CIA or a DEA? Nobody respects these people. It's like I'm waking up, dude. I'm waking up realizing, wow, I have been living in a country that is full of lies. We're not free. We've been killing people in our own country, dude. Before we wander out to other places, who else have we killed? Can somebody start putting up the list of people that have been terminated from this planet? And I actually think they all have very unique, visionary type skills. Almost every one of them, dude. Who really frightens these people, right? John F. Kennedy, excellent speaker, a writer, a visionary. His brother Kennedy, MLK, right? Martin Luther King. I mean, he was such a beautiful orator, a master of peace, where an explosion of art and creativity was formed in that whole era. It's like, then we go through the Nixon era. I mean, I don't think anybody knows. Nixon was a very, very, I think Nixon was probably the smartest president we've ever had. Weird cat. Okay. I actually think that was a coup, dude. That whole Watergate thing was, we're fucking getting your ass out of here, dude. Because he started talking about the Federal Reserve really is a problem. And he's gone. Okay. And then Agnew got pumped out. Okay. Gerald Ford, if my history is correct, Gerald Ford then stepped in. Gerald Ford was a freaking, he was a main guy on the Kennedy's assassination review. What was the name of that bloody bullshit? Not the Zapruder film, but the review of the Kennedy assassination that went on for a year, a bit like the 9/11 sham investigation. There's another one, dude. 9/11. Let's just call it what it is. Okay, 9/11 was our event, dude. I'm sick and tired now of even having this conversation. Americans should be assuming that everything that doesn't have a clear answer, we started it. Like, this has to be obvious now. I think everyone needs to get vocal. And I've seen some comments today. Hey, everybody needs to be cool. Fuck that, dude. I'm done being cool. Okay. I have been quiet, submissive, complicit. I am part of the problem because I don't want anybody to dislike me. I don't want my social security number to get targeted. I don't want my Bitcoin to get grabbed. I don't want my banking account, my credit cards to be, I don't want the DOJ to come put in an investigation on me. And I got to spend $500,000 with lawyers. I don't want that. But I think actually I need to man up and say, hey, fucking bring it. And we all need to they can't do us all, man. But like, for my children, I'm looking at my kids going, oh my God, man. Oh my God, you cannot go into politics and be a good person. You will get terminated. I mean, who else? Let's just go through the list of people. I think it's a staggering list of people, okay? Before we even get around how many people have been killed around the Clintons. I mean, I
think that number is like 64.
I know two people in my entire life, one that just came into my life recently, wanted help. Two people over 60 years that have suicided themselves. The Clintons, although they're much more well-known than I am, know a lot more people. They have 60 or 70 people that have taken shotguns to their face and shot themselves 3 times and, hung themselves with a tie and suffocated themselves underwater magically and, shot themselves 18 times in the gut. But the most bizarre suicide you've ever heard. But I've been around a lot of the world, dude. I know 2 people. Okay, one was from high school. And these people know 60, 70 people that have been murdered or suicided. Now, if your family, if you came in an interview with me, Sam, and you said, hey, by the way, I know 67 people that have been murdered or suicided, I'm going to be like, really? that number is so staggeringly different than mine. What type of people are you hanging out with, dude? See, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah.
it's not like I'm a wallflower, right? 2 people, 60 years. Who else have they done, man? Can you imagine how many people they have silenced we don't even know about if they'll use kinetic weapons?
Well, and then you expand the scope to the international level, right? Like what we did with
Dude, we
Gaddafi.
just have to do this. Your sound's a little, you're off of your microphone, but we just have to look at our own backyard, dude. There's dozens, okay? Because then let's move beyond the famous people. What about all those people in 9/11? Okay, 3,000 people.
Yeah,
What about all the fire department people that are still suffering from having all that shit in their lungs and in their bloodstream?
yeah.
What about the 985 nuclear weapons since 1950 that have been tested on U.S. soil? Do you know that, bro? 985 weapons above and below ground have been tested since 1950 on United States land and in a location where the U.S. government, Department of Energy, Department of Nuclear knew the winds would blow this shit all over people. Okay. 40, 50 years, we've been blowing radiation all over Americans, man. Like, I think we have to start now talking about stuff because this is outrageous, man. It will not stop. Once you start breaching these red lines, there is no red line you won't breach. It just becomes another little, oh, well, we did it last time. We've already committed moral sin. This is why I stopped going to Catholic Church. I was 13 years old. Tell a funny story here. Everybody start calling me Gary the Jack-Off guy. I go into confession like a good Catholic. Dominus, Dominus, Romanus. They do the whole thing. And I said, hey, Father, I'm here for, I haven't been here in 8 weeks, and I'm here to confess my sins. And, I masturbated twice this week. And you did what? You did what? An older man. I told him, I said it again. Oh, you have committed a mortal sin. Well, I'm like, well, I'm fucked it. I'm dead. I'm going to hell. I might as well get the fuck out of here and go jack off again, go do some drugs, kill some people. See, once I was put in a position where, oh, okay, so I'm bad, I remain bad. Once I acknowledge, and if I don't clean it up, dude, I will continue justifying the behavior by repeating it. It's my solution. And it is not Biden. Biden did not say shoot that man. Somebody else said shoot that man. Can we all agree that Biden did not say yay, nay, or maybe so? He didn't
because
make
we
this
know
call.
Biden's not the one in control. We know
He's not making this call. Jill might have made the call, but Joe Biden did not make this call. Someone behind Joe Biden, okay? I mean, dude, Jack Black, check this out. I love Jack Black, but we're going to have to start making some decisions here, okay? Check this out. You want to get sick. Let's see. Where did I find this? I just mess myself up? I want to show you this. I'll have to find the Jack Black was in a doing his band, Tenacious.
Tenacious D.
Yeah, and he said, hey, really, really hope that next time they don't miss Trump.
Really, he said that
in front of thousands of people, dude. I have it somewhere. I actually wanted to show you something else though, because people are probably sitting there going, wow, Gary's really jacked up. I want to show you this short little video. It's a long video, but I've just got a little piece of it. Let's see if I can find out where to do this at.
Yeah, I just put it up on Yahoo News. Don't miss Trump next time, causing the crowd to erupt, is what Jack Black said.
You see that? Yeah. Now check this cat out. Let's see if I share this tab. Can you see this guy with a beard?
Oh, that's Corey Mills, is it not? Here, switch the type of screen the way you're sharing it so it's bigger. Yeah, Corey used to be my congressman.
Oh, wow. Let's see something right here. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay,
no, it's on StreamYard. Just go to a different screen share. Yeah, perfect. Now you can full screen Corey Mills.
Yeah, how's that look? Now check listen to what he says here. Hopefully we can hear it. Oh, I need to go to the other one. That's the problem.
Could have said we have a shooter on the
Can you
roof.
hear this?
Shooter on the roof.
Yep,
Secret
I can
Service
hear
should
it.
have rushed stage and immediately took him off, and then responded to counter sniper. The shot should not have
Oh, here it plays through your computer, so you don't need to play it through your
took him off,
audio.
and then responded to counter sniper. The shot should not have gone off. That's the failure in itself. You're supposed to be able to try. The best
There you go.
security
Perfect.
is when you go in and you're actually able to prevent an incident, not react.
What I want everybody to hear is what he just said. Okay, I'm going to just rewind it just real quickly.
Able to prevent an incident, not react to an incident. Even if you would have left a law enforcement officer's patrol car in that park to try and, the best security would have gone off. That is the failure in itself. Secret Service should have rushed the stage and immediately took the president and took him off, and then responded to the counter comms channel that they could have said, we have a shooter on the roof, shooter on the roof. Secret Service should have rushed the stage and immediately took the president and took him off, and then responded to the counter sniper. The shot should not.
Wow. See what he's saying? He said, hey, this should never have happened, dude. Okay, that shot should never have been taken. And bro, they knew he was there. Like listen to what this is, an ex Army sniper, okay? I mean, it's quite obvious what he's saying. They should have locked down Trump first, right? Put him in a ball, and then terminated the guy.
Well, you saw that people were yelling at him for about 2 minutes saying, hey, someone's climbing on the roof. Someone's climbing on the roof. I mean, he was in the sniper's sights.
Dude, he was 130 yards away from the sniper, okay? You know what they're saying? They're saying their scopes were so big that those shooters were designed for the woods, way out, right? Look, the guy climbed up on the damn everybody saw him, man. There were policemen walking under him. Anyway, I just want to say, first off, I'm actually starting to believe more in God than I ever have, because this is starting to look almost biblical. I had a man call me Sunday and tell me that he is aware, he's very close to intelligence officers, and he thinks there's been over 20 attempts on Trump's life. 20, dude.
Wow.
Elon's now come out and said there's at least 8 on his life in this year.
And by the way, Elon has now endorsed Donald Trump. He did that on Twitter during this. He officially came out and said, this is our guy.
This is our guy, okay? Like, I'll go down with this cat, dude. So
where do we go from here? I mean, where do we go from here, Gary? Like, what do you think is going to happen next?
What do I think is going to happen next? I think we're going to have an event. I mean, I told Michelle McCory almost a year ago that the charts look like war to me. I think we're out of control. If you go back to 1958 when I was born and you just really look at where we are, we have become a war nation. We have our tentacles seem to need to be everywhere all the time. We're in 186 countries with military force. I don't know one story in the history of mankind where an entity can control 186 anythings, much less have businesses. Let's think about it the way I think about businesses. Groups of people, assets, equipment, money in 186 countries, and any of it being done really well. It's just too much, bro. Okay. Like, you can only do so many things efficiently. And we've spread ourselves too thin. Our hubris is outrageous. Okay. And I think we're living on a bunch of sins, dude. You and me too. I'm including you and I in this. We have to all take responsibility. Why am I saying that? We've been too quiet. We have been sheep. We have been sheep, including me. I wore a mask for an hour and a half in toto in the last 10 years, dude. Okay. I said, fuck you guys. I had to go to a deposition once and they made me run it for my kids. So that was the only thing I did. I mean, I haven't done business with Costco in 4 years. I was spending maybe 12 grand. I was probably spending 70, 80 grand a year there. They wanted me to stand in line and wear a mask. No, I haven't been back to that store. I haven't been back to any stores that put that shit on me. I was condemned in church by the most religious of the most religious. And they would be the ones, you must wear a mask. Oh, no data whatsoever. No data, man. The judgmentalness, okay? I mean, literally, I saw people that claim they're Christians, and they were like, you need to leave the church. While they're telling me, and they've removed their mask to say it. That's the hilarious part. They would remove their mask and say, you must leave here because your mask is not on while you're listening to me. And then I would see them move their mask and take a coffee. I said, oh, wow, that virus doesn't work with coffee. That's awesome, man. That's really just unbelievable. I think I'm just going to be doing coffee all day long so I don't get the ill. Anyway, this is my point. We went crazy, dude. We've gone crazy and stupid. I think we just allowed our IQs to go. But we have to wake up. And mainstream media has let us down. Religions have let us down. Teachers and teaching, education has let us down. Do you think that we really know our true history?
No, absolutely not.
I
don't
think we
remember
know.
what happened 2 years ago.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. I'm going to say that we need a new start as a country. Brand new start. I think it would be easier. I think that's where we're headed. We're headed to a depression. I think we're headed to at least U.S. style fucking bad depression. I'm actually thinking about holding a session sometime in the next week or two. Anyone that lived through the depression, please reach out to Sam. Okay, I want to interview some people that actually lived in the depression in the 20s. Or if you were a kid,
I wonder.
or if you were a kid during that period, I'd really like to talk to you because I have a thesis, and the thesis is we were happier in the depression than we are today, and we were better people. We were happier, dude. I mean, happier. Families were happier. We had better core instincts. We had better principles. We were better communities. We ate better. We worked better. We spoke to each other more often. We had group town meetings. We worked together. You know why? Because we fucking had to. And we don't have to anymore. We're so lazy and soft. Softest country on this planet is the United States of America. I can't believe I'm saying that. It hurts me, okay? But it's the truth. Softest country on the planet. One of the most criminal countries on the planet. And I'm a part of it. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I want to do something about it. So we need Trump in, and we need to clean the slate, dude. He cannot possibly pick any of these governors or congressmen that he's thinking about, right? He has to get away from anybody that's been associated with these people, dude. They are corrupted, right? I mean, look, the CIA knows so much shit on me. I mean, they show up, they plant shit in my house. I mean, they could make me look bad. They could embarrass me in front of my children, ruin my reputation, stick a prostitute in here, throw a bunch of cocaine in here, put a class 3 piece of little machinery in my home, and then make me violate every rule I have with all my weapons here. I mean, getting set up in this country does not seem to be very difficult anymore. And getting shot doesn't seem to be difficult. I mean, we have a poor family here, dude, that went to a fucking event and his head's blown off now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have people like Ed Krastensen suggesting that it was a promotion by Trump. And other people, dude. There are literally other people this weekend suggesting that was a program, and real people died. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, and if it was a real program, why didn't our Secret Service figure out Trump was shooting himself? Can somebody explain that to me?
Yeah,
In
and if it was a
either
real
case-
program, why would you even risk getting that shot close to the head? Because what, they goof up and then you're dead by
You
accident?
shoot him in the leg, bro. You don't shoot him in the face.
Yeah. Insane, isn't it? So how do you think this affects his VP pick now?
Well, he says he's going to pick today. I wouldn't do that. I mean, maybe look, the guy's smart, so he knows what he's doing. If I'm him, I pick one of my kids to be the VP. And
That would
just
be such an interesting move.
well, we went through this exercise before he got shot.
Yeah.
Remember? We should pull that up, dude. I'm not getting any credit for this at all. Like, I have been saying this for like a year. This man is going to be terminated. And I'm like, if he's not terminated and we make it through, he will become one of the great heroes of this country. And we have an opportunity to change everything. But if we could just really start to acknowledge how much we have been accepting, and this isn't even like, I'm talking about Ed and Brian Krasson or however you say their names, but I don't want to be their enemy, man. I'm not trying, but like when they go, they're just ignorant. Okay. I don't know what they've done for an education, but I'm blaming all these politicians, dude. Red, white, and blue. I don't care. All of them are bad. I'm not saying that it's Democrats or, I think it's everybody, dude. I think Mitt Romney was probably sitting there going, fucking shoot his brains out, dude. Fucking destroy him, okay? Mitt Romney is a total criminal. Warmonger. Like, I used to admire the shit out of that man. Wow, Bain Capital, dude, private equity guy. Marmon, he moves into big politics. He's going to help the world. He's a fucking asshole, dude. The whole family seems to, well, I'm sorry to be like, I'm not like that, man. I'm not like that. I expect people to be good human beings. I don't expect people to be pretending to be one way and then supporting a whole nother group. That's not cool.
Do you think it's always been this way or has something changed? I mean, like with JFK's assassination, I mean, how does that compare to what we're seeing right now as far as
I think it's
what the country
identical,
went
dude.
through and
Joe Kennedy's relationship with the Hoover family and that whole dynasty of elitists that were put in place back in the in that time period in the 60s. You know, you had the CIA being formed then. You had our war machine was on full on, right? We had just won World War One. Well, not won it, but we convinced the world we were the cat's meow. And it looks more like we are I'm starting to wonder, like, did organized crime learn its lessons from us, or did we learn our lessons from organized crime? But it looks to me like we are a extortion state. And if you'll extort others, you will extort your own sooner or later when you run out of being able to extort others. When others become very difficult to extort, you will extort someone that's easier to do so. And I think that's where we're at, sadly. I mean, we still don't have any knowledge on Kennedy. And I say, hey, like, this is going to change now. We're either going to get Trump in office, and I think we're going to learn about aliens. Like, we need to release it all. Okay, we need to release it all now. We should absolutely demand and go, this is bullshit now. We know it's all a lie. Why don't we just go ahead and admit it, and then we can start again? Go ahead. We need to restart America. I think Trump would be really like, we should do this. Just, hey, let's just admit. And he's in a good position. Let's just throw all the dirty laundry out there, dude, and let America go through the true shock. I think we're all in a little traumatized shock. When I was in England and Princess Diana was murdered, I do believe she was murdered. The emotional harmonic or frequency that went through that country, like you could have cut it with a knife, dude. You could feel the energy. This is why I believe so much in that energy is real. Certain types of, I think America's in deep trauma right now. We don't know it. We're in shock, and you're seeing people behave really bizarrely. Like Jack Black to say that, that's just totally wrong. You don't say that. Wow, really? Did you just say that? This is an ex-president of the United States, man. We've lost. That would be like, hey, we're going to go kill the Pope, man. Come on. Now, I'm not sure the Pope's a good guy or bad guy, but he holds the label of a good guy. And like when you start defaming, well, we have no boundaries now, dude. When you can take down a statue at a college and go, oh gosh, he had a black woman work for him once, therefore he is a slave owner, and we're going to remove him from the put. I had a black lady work for me since I was 3 years old, dude. I love black people. Okay, she made a good living with my family. What's wrong with that? Like, I'd take care of people if they needed. Anyway, we don't care anymore. We will just remove anyone that we don't like, and we'll use whatever force. This is murder, by the way. Okay, collaborated, organized, treacherous, treasonous, governmental fucking insurrection and intervention with what apparently is the desire of the American people. There's at least 50% of the American people want to see Donald Trump running for office for the president of the United States. They like him. And every time y'all do this, we get more of you that like him and more. I think this is a landslide now. Okay. I think there's going to be people walk into that ballot and go, really? Am I really? Because Biden's the guy now, dude. Now this could happen. If I'm Biden, I kill Biden tonight. Biden dies of a coma or goes into a deep lapse of being able to communicate anything. Like they have to get rid of him, dude. He's dead within 3 years.
But now it looks so bad. It looks so bad.
No, it won't look bad because he'll just die of old age. See, it's gonna be a coma, dude. He doesn't have to die. He could just go in the coma. They just wipe his brain. They cannot have him conscious. The other guy, Hunter, he dies. There's no way Hunter Biden makes this 4 years, dude. He will overdose. Mark my words, Hunter Biden will overdose, massive overdose, and go to a grave. You can't have that guy out there talking. No way, bro. Too much. There's so much shit hanging all over the place. When we start digging, you're gonna find it everywhere, man. Girlfriend, the laptop, the phone. And then what do we have today? We have a massive reaction. I don't know if it's a reaction. Maybe it was all organized. How many politicians and Supreme Court people have just basically wiped Trump clean? What just came out?
So a district court essentially just said that Jack Smith, who's the one prosecuting Trump on all the federal charges, said that his position is unconstitutional, meaning that anything that Jack Smith and that Biden is trying to go after Trump for on a federal level through Jack Smith is now going to be thrown out the window because it's been ruled that his position is unconstitutional, which Justice Thomas, I think, hinted at, by the way, previously in some of the Supreme Court opinions.
What are your thoughts? You're a young man. You wake up Saturday, see that news. What are your thoughts about the kind of place you're living in? And maybe one day you're going to have kids in or build a business in or whatever.
I've come to terms with like the section of history that I'm in, right? And just seeing that America is on some sort of decline, some sort of transition, some kind of transformation. And once I've just recognized that, it's like, okay, well, how do I live my life knowing that it's just going to get worse and get crazier? I think it has made me double down on the people that I know, the community that I have around me. It's really made me appreciate my family more, and like ensuring that I have good relationships with what I think are the people that matter, right? Because when things get bad, you can't have superficial relationships. You can't, right? Because those are the first thing that go. I mean, there's been a lot of like soul searching, I think, really the past 5 years, just about, okay, how do I prepare for when things get really tough? What does that actually look like practically? And that doesn't mean like I don't have acres on acres of land to buy a farm, but I might know people who do, or my siblings might, but it also means enjoying the time now before things maybe do get even worse. Right. So I know that's kind of like esoteric, but just gives you an appreciation for how things are currently, because they're only getting worse. So enjoy the best, because the best might be now. Right. And I don't think that's a negative opinion either. It doesn't have to be negative, because things get worse before they get better. So because I'm younger, it also makes me understand that, okay, I might live through the worst point, but that also means that I might, if I make it to like 60 or 70, I might be able to also live through the highest point. So that gives you
Yeah, but I think what you're assuming is that something has to change, right? That you can't keep doing this.
Correct.
And
Something
all I'm
will
suggesting,
change.
yeah. So you either confront that it's broken and you fix it, or y'all just go down this path, continue to go down this path, and it just gets worse and worse.
I mean, the pressure's building.
But you guys have to stand up and not be so snowflakey. You have to be willing to go, hey, I'm not going in that store. Like Reid Hoffman. If you're spending money with Reid Hoffman at Netflix, dude, really, dude? Like, this guy wants Trump dead. Okay, he's a sick fuck is what he is. I mean, he is literally supporting that Trump did this to himself and this isn't real. And I don't want to be Reid Hoffman's bad guy, but like, bro, you're a sick leader. Okay, you do not say that in this country right now. You don't say that. And these people, I haven't bitched about Biden being in office. Okay, you stole it, you won, whatever. Okay, you're in office. You're the president of the United States. Yes, sir. But now we're up for an election, and but yeah, I think the Democrats now are probably sitting around going, "What the hell do we do now?" I mean, if they put Harris in, Trump's going to wipe her off she's going to look like a freaking tampon, dude. A used tampon after he's done with her. Sorry, but she's just an idiot, okay? If this is the best y'all can do, I wouldn't have that lady clean my house, dude. I mean, she looks scary to me, okay? I mean, scary, bro. Scary.
She's not a good speaker either. Not a good speaker. I mean, you think Trump and Biden are bad speakers? This woman's fully coherent and terrible speaking.
Sam, she doesn't have an IQ, bro. Okay, she gives women a bad name. Really, she gives minority women a really bad name. I mean, she acts like you would expect white trash to act, or black trash for that matter. Trash is colorless. It's just trash, man. And I have yet to understand one word she said. I really do not understand a word she says. And it's hilarious that the mainstream media don't ask her, excuse me, what exactly does that mean? We are where we are before we are because we were where we are, and therefore we are not. I mean, look, I just made that shit up, okay? It's literally about the same thing she's saying.
It's pretty close.
I am because I am, and therefore I am. But if you are not, then therefore you are not, and I am not. Like, I have no idea what that means about running a country or business or being a leader. But she'll get wiped off the map by Trump, dude. Biden gets wiped out. Nobody's going to vote for him. So what do they do?
Well, I think
What
getting rid of Trump
is it good for? Absolutely keeping people in office. What? You ever heard that song?
Yep. Pretty much, it's like the famous in every Vietnam movie.
Yeah, well, it was creating that era, but I think we need to bring it back, dude. Okay, because I think that's what the Bidens have to do now. The Democrats have to cyber attack, drop a weapon on somebody, Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Hey, those happen in that period, right? Heinous
Correct.
that we did that, dude. Heinous. I'm embarrassed. We didn't need to drop two. I'm not sure we needed to drop one, but we did. Okay, it ended the war, but we had to drop two. Have you watched Oppenheimer?
No, I have not.
Oh, you should watch it, dude. It really like, oh wow, these scientists were so managed by the military, and once they were in, they were too late. Then they realized, oh shit, dude. What can you do then? There's nothing you can do. The military looked at Oppenheimer when they were getting ready to do the deal, and they said, we're getting ready to run. We're going to do Hiroshima, and Oppenheimer was like, hey, I want to come, and they're like, we're done with your part of the exercise now, dude. You've done what you needed to do. You made a weapon of monster mass destruction. We'll take it from here. Do you know how bad that must have felt? He must have been like, fuck. What the fuck have I done? See, that's what happens when you go down the slippery slope. People forget. You take that one little hit with that prostitute, or you do that one little thing, or you go down a rabbit hole and you start creating something, and then somebody turns it into a weapon, then you realize you're part of it because you were naive. And then you're in it, man. You're in it because somebody had a bigger plan, a bigger, more complex plan of how to use you as a chess board, as a chess piece. I'm embarrassed to be an American, dude. It's so sad that I'm saying this. I am embarrassed to be an American citizen. I'm upset with our country. I'm ashamed. And I realize my children are growing up under the same lie that I grew up under. And it's really tempting to buy too. You know, it's very tempting to sit in a schoolroom and go, hey, we're America. We're the coolest. We're exceptional. We're fucking not exceptional. We couldn't even make 140 fucking yard shot, dude. Exceptional. We couldn't. Look at those Secret Service people that were taking care of our president, dude. 3 women that couldn't have been 5'4". That means I would have been taller than them. Now, I think that he was down. They knew he was down when they were in the center there, but they didn't know there was 2 or 3 more shooters. I thought the guy's head was way too exposed for too long after the fact. I thought they held him on that stage too long. But what was really obvious, I don't know if you can pull some of this up, but I mean, women Secret Service people adjusting their eyeglasses so they look good. A overweight Secret Service lady that appears to have a real problem reholstering her weapon with her left hand. Can't even find her holster, dude. If you can't find your holster, it's because you're not training. Drill. Thousands and thousands of drills. So this is instinctual.
I'm looking for a video of them, although I saw Trump got off the plane in Milwaukee, which is also incredible. He hasn't changed his schedule at all.
He's a beast, dude. He is a beast, man. I mean, it's
and he's apparently still going to be in Nashville, by the way.
The truth is, dude, we're living in a paradigm where like one quarter of an inch, and we would be having a very different discussion. I wonder what that would be like today. What do you think would be happening today if that would have been a kill shot?
I think you would have seen protests all over the U.S.
Why don't we see protests right now then?
because he's alive.
But see, nothing really. The only difference is we got lucky.
Correct.
So why
but
are we protesting right now?
I think energy finds a channel, and now all the energy is directed toward Trump, and we're still going to go through Trump for that energy. But if that valve is turned off, which Trump is the valve, well, then it just bursts the whole pipe, is how I view it. And that pipe would have burst where everyone would be protesting and getting on the streets. But the valve is still there.
What would you do if you're the Democrats right now? Because we know what Trump's going to do now. He's going to line his office with a bunch of powerhouses. We have the fuel. We have tailwinds. What do you do if you're the Democrats?
If I was a Democrat campaign
or the deep state, because it's the deep state. It's not really Democrats. They don't really.
Well,
I don't think they care. I think half of them are Republicans.
I'll take this from two avenues. Avenue one, if I was the person who planned the assassination attempt, let's just whoever that is, I have no idea who it is. But if I planned that,
you agree someone planned it, right? It wasn't just one lone little player.
Yeah, I don't think it was a lone wolf. It had to have been planned. Whoever that is, I would now say, well, now I have to do it again, and I need to make sure I get the job done. Because if you swing and you miss, you know I'm now gone if Trump wins, right? So I can't afford to mess up again. So I think there will be more attempts on his life, personally, because that's the only option they have. Because now they see the election is they're screwed, right? Because even from a campaign perspective, like if I'm a Democratic strategist with a campaign, now I'm like, okay, how do I what states can I what's the slimmest path to winning? They're probably going to lose Pennsylvania now. They're probably going to lose Michigan.
They won Pennsylvania last time?
Yeah, they did. Trump won Pennsylvania in 2016. Biden won it in 2020. But also remember, the attempt on his life happened in Pennsylvania, which means every person who was at that rally is going to go home and go, you know what I just saw? Right? Like, they're going to hope that the enthusiasm dies down, and that if I'm a Democrat and I'm lucky, something else happens that I can focus on. Because once again, and this is terrible to say, but the hardest part about a campaign is carrying the momentum forward. And people are very fickle. Probably right now, 95% of the people already know who they're going to vote for. Maybe it's even 99%, right? But there's still some people who, and it's hard for you and I to think like this, who are going to go, well, we need better gun control laws. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. And that's the real stance that we should have. Or, Trump is the reason that this assassination attempt happened because he's so radical. It's not Biden's fault. It's Trump's fault because his rhetoric's terrible. Like, there are people who, like, their line of thought will not change because of this event, which, once again, it's hard for us to imagine, but it's absolutely true. So you need to then just counter this and embolden the people and try to change the narrative, which I've already seen some Congress people do, saying, this is a call. There should be no automatic weapons. There should be no weapons like this available to the public. But you have to wait for the cool off. They won't do anything this week. They're going to wait till next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like them to come grab the guns now. That'd be a good move. That would be a bad move, I think. Maybe Stephen King can give Biden some advice. Stephen King and Robert De Niro and Tom Hanks and Oprah Winfrey and Barbara Streisand. You guys can all get the fuck out of this country, dude. I didn't leave when Biden came in. I kept making money, paying taxes. So you guys just I would start packing your bags, Oprah. And by the way, I'd start erasing all any comments you and P. Diddy had over the last 20 years where you were supporting his little gangster moves.
Yeah, right.
That
Oprah's a weird character.
See, I keep wondering what story is this whole Trump thing hiding? I still think there's another story here, dude, that's not being exposed. Because, I mean, it looks crazy what the Dems are doing, right? It looks crazy what the deep state's doing. But what if there's something else? And this is the easiest thing, dude. What if this is the easiest? You know, you can't assume, like you and I are fairly logical. I think you have to think like a psychopath. Correct. You have to get in the minds of these people and not think like you and I do, okay? Like rape, pillage, and killing is not out of the realm for some people. I know some people like, dude, killing's okay. Now, killing's okay for me, but it has to hit an extreme level. Like it has something to do with my survival or child survival, my child survival. I'll pop you in the face 16 times, but I don't want to. I don't want to. But I think there are some people like, this is a solution, dude. Eradicate a problem. It's a final solution. This is why I say Hunter's got to go. Hunter and Joe have to die. And not like, even if Biden were to get in office, he's going to die. And so will his kid. Too much noise there. So no one's safe. And it's most certainly not Biden.
Was Saturday the Black Swan event, or have we still yet to see the Black Swan event? Maybe it would have been the Black Swan had the bullet hit, but it didn't.
Well, totally, dude. No, that's what I'm saying. I think you probably. That's why when you game theory it out, you're like, okay, I'm the other side. Now I've tried 10 or so attempts. I tried to do the legal thing. That didn't work. I tried to jack him up in court. I planted a bunch of information. That didn't work. So now let's go kinetic. We'll deal with the martyrdom. Dude, they were willing to deal with the martyrdom. Like they thought this through. Okay. Hey, we're going to blow the guy's head off. And what's going to happen? I mean, there are literally.
That's a good point, actually.
That's
actually a very good point. That they, whoever planned this was like, "Hey, we'd rather deal with the fallout than deal with him running." That should tell you everything, actually.
Dude, it says they don't stop now, dude. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna deal with martyrdom. Like this.
It tells you they're more scared of him than they are of his voters.
Oh, totally.
The assumption is we can handle Trump supporters. We can't handle Trump.
Look. Those people know that we will all be willing to be controlled. You know why? They've had 60 years to prove to themselves that we will be controlled. Dude, we have become the problem. We're the problem. Everyone needs to look at themselves. If you're 80 years old, I'm hearing comments here. Hey, man, Republicans are working. We don't have time for this shit. Might be part of the problem, guys. Okay? Like, you think I want to be doing this shit right now? I could be making money right now. I am not making $1 by having this fucking conversation. But I am being an alpha dog going, okay, I'm going to probably get targeted. I'm sure they've already got my name. What the fuck happened this weekend? One, I have been saying was going to happen. I'm not trying to take credit, but like it's going to happen again, okay? Unless we fucking do something. And I'm sorry to use such aggressive language, but I think everybody needs to acknowledge that you're part of the problem. And that means, Sam, you're part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. We're not being vocal enough. Okay? We're not. Hey, Reed Hoffman, I am killing my Netflix account tonight. Okay? Dude, we do that 10 million times. Bro, that's one thing that motherfucker can't hide from. Quarterly earnings. Okay? You start knocking off $1 million. I mean, let's take that $20 and send it to Trump. How much does it cost Netflix?
Yeah, anywhere from $20 to $35.
Okay, good. And then we got
A month.
CNN, the whole cable package. That's 186 a year. So we got 386. Let's see. Amazon, Jeff Bezos just said really nice things about Trump. Hey, glad he's well. So I'm going to keep my Amazon account. I'm killing Netflix and Reed Hoffman. Reed, love you to show up to RNC. Maybe you can teach us how to do something. And then who else can we clip? Costco's already done. Stephen King, I'll never read another one of your books, even though you're a great writer, but disturbed human being. Oprah Winfrey, I can sell you some land in Canada. I'm not sure those people are going to want you though. And Tom Hanks and all these other people, dude. You see, this Hollywood thing, I'm the only one talking about this Hollywood thing. It's amazing to me. So few people are talking about this. P. Diddy, Hollywood, Steven, Justin Bieber, 50 Cent, Eminem, like all these movie stars. Who's the guy that runs the studios? Clive, some guy named Clive, dude. There's so many people that are dead in this environment, actresses and artists that have been OD'd out of nowhere. I'm hearing stories about hundreds and hundreds of pedophilia cases, dude, sitting right in Los Angeles, Hollywood. I mean, if we find Disney has been doing this since I've been a little kid, what if we find that Disney and Hollywood and the CIA and whoever's in control of this bloody country has been twisting us into the wind, destroying our minds, and giving us heroes who are fake heroes, who are really not good people.
I think the one advantage of all this, and you kind of said it at the beginning, is like if you're not waking up now, I don't know what to tell you, but like, isn't it great just knowing though? It's terrible. It does make you happy, but it's like, oh, wow, my eyes are open. That's pretty neat. The veil's gone. Not living in La La Land anymore.
Yeah, the problem is it's really hard to keep your eyes open. Because, like, imagine what if you have been like closing your eyes for 20 years just because you've been conditioned to do it socially? This is the problem, dude. We like, everybody needs to grab a mic and a camera and start doing this. We really need to get vocal, and we need to start debating with the other side and going, "Hey, you're wrong on this issue." Okay. It's not okay for you to hold this viewpoint, Ed or Brian, and suggest that having a shooter, a 20-year-old kid, try to blow the ex-president's head off, and the guy that's trying to run for office. All right, listen, I don't know that we're making any progress here. I think one thing that is interesting, Bitcoin's up about $4,000 or $5,000. I mean, dude, within seconds of the shooting, Bitcoin started rolling.
You know what's interesting, by the way? Trump just tweeted out. He said, in light of everything going on, RFK Jr. should absolutely be given Secret Service protection.
See, that is classy. And that's what I'm saying that Kennedy should have said. All I ever said, hey, Kennedy should not have said, he should have just said, hey, this is BS what they're doing. Yes. And you're right. They are going to make this about the guns, right? I'm starting to see now a bunch of posts on, oh, it's the guns. Bro, what would we be talking about right now if he was sitting on a slab? Huh?
I don't even know how to answer that question because I really don't know.
And I think that's what we need to really confront is hey, this is going to happen again and again if we don't actually say, no, this is not okay. There's a lot of people that need to lose their jobs and or go to jail. A lot of people. You know, you've heard me say this before, the Enron incident. Over 100 people should have gone to prison. Prison, okay? You don't commit these kind of acts without like having a lot of people involved. Hey, speaking of this political stuff and action, I'd love to show you this one little thing. Let's see if I can show you my screen here that I'm actually proud of. Didn't think we were going to hit this number, but we did. I thought it was, and why am I not? Oh, add to stage. Let's see here. This is not the one I want. Can you see this or not?
Yeah, but it's small, so blow it up. You're looking at your YouTube?
Yeah, that's it. No, X. Looking at X. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So I did I can't remember how this all came about, but this thing ended up turning into 50 grand, dude. They raised 100 grand that night.
Wow.
Dennis called me last night and said, hey, we had a couple of big donors come in because they really wanted to help us. So Dennis Porter runs the Satoshi Action Group, and it is a lobby group designed to help the political world understand Bitcoin better. There's a number of these groups. I've been approached by a number of them. I really love the work that Dennis has been doing because he's actually getting policy written and at least debated. He's been doing this for 10 years. He probably made a lot of mistakes in the first 6 or 7 years, not really understanding the political sensitivities. I've actually had those conversations with him because for me, that's really good that somebody's gotten through their mistakes. I tried to get together with him just to show you kind of guy I am. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it was just I figured you were going to ask me at some point, but he and I were supposed to get together in Tampa, and Dennis blew me off at the last minute. I remember Sam coming in my office going, hey man, Dennis now says he can't make it. And you were really like, that was the first few days you were with me. It was like, ooh, I hope you're not going to get too pissed off about this, right? And my response was, oh, okay, well, whatever. And then, and I mean, I did think, I said, oh, he's probably got somebody more important or something. But then a week ago, I saw him doing this, and I said, look, I'll throw $5 grand into this, and let's see if we can build it. They raised 100 grand. Look, these guys, we need lobbyists educating people. If you're holding on to Bitcoin and you're thinking that I am the only one that's going to be able to, spend my Bitcoin on lobbying efforts, this is going to take all of us. You need to take a portion of your Bitcoin and go, okay, I'm going to make a $5,000 donation for someone to actually travel all over the world. Dennis will end up seeing this. Dennis, make sure you let everybody know how many freaking air miles you traveled last year, how many hours. And that's the way people need to understand airplanes. How many hours on the airplane did you spend last year doing this job? So I'm really proud of this. This is really good. Kind of came at a weird time. I didn't need to have 50 grand hit me this morning, but he called me last night. He's like, hey, you're not really going to give me a bunch of silver, are you? He said, well, I really do need the cash. Yeah, no, I'm going to dump all that silver tomorrow probably. So anyway, I'm really proud of that. You guys, it's not too late to do something for this. It's the Satoshi Action Raise, or any other lobbyist that's doing good work. I would encourage you to support them. Winning this battle is not going to be free. It is not going to be free. A guy named TV, Mark in Knoxville, says he's starting to like me. That's cool, man. Thank you. I like people that give me a chance, see one discussion and go, I hate this guy. He looks like his brother. But I'm not my brother. And I have found that if people hang around with me long enough, they will come around. They'll get on their criticisms and judgments if they're open-minded. Matthew Shepard, just going to read some of these, man, because I love people so much. Matthew Shepard says, "Good morning, Gary. Having a good day. Thank you, sir." We got this is a nice guy, dude. I think I've made a friend through Twitter. Thoreau, very thoughtful guy. And the funny, interesting thing is when we do these, people can come and join. And he joined the other day. It was really nice just meeting a stranger, and having that visual input. Let's see, we saw that one. I think the spirit of Americans would be depleted. I think the spirit of Americans is depleted, and we're gonna have to we need cheerleaders, Lori. We need cheerleaders who remind us that singing the national anthem at a baseball game, like, that's a cool thing. Like when I go to soccer matches in England and I hear them do their deal, they get excited about it. Now
they do.
It's an obligation. I think we're going to have to fight for freedom, guys. I just got to say, we're going to have to fight for it. We haven't been fighting for it. We've been hoping that our politicians did the right thing to get us freedom. But what are we finding? I'm finding that the politicians that we empowered to take care of us are, in fact, the ones that are offending us. Putin is not my problem. I have never been hurt by Vladimir Putin. I think he's actually bringing more fossil fuel onto the market. I don't see him scaring people. I don't see him saying he's going to nuke the planet. I see. America looks like we're the problem right now. That's and it's. I'd love somebody to tell me how we are not the problem. In fact, I would challenge anybody to come up here. I don't care who you are. You walk me through how we're not the problem, and let me know who is, because I think we need to be asking that question: who the fuck is the problem here? Okay, why is it that our education's so bad? I interviewed Anna Paluna Luna, and she said that she gave the education system in the United States an F. Dude, how do you keep anybody employed if they're making an F? So
you work in the government. That's how.
Totally. 75% of all the employment growth, by the way, in this year has come from government. So there's two things we got to do. One, I need you to ask yourself if you're really free, and if the people that you elected and supported and encouraged to help us run the country, if they're giving you more or less freedom. Second thing I need you to do, and I really need you to do that, okay? Second thing I need you to do is do something really, really, really nice for somebody today, but do not tell anyone about it. You can't brag about it. You could even, and one of those things could be, hey, I'm going to go in and I'm no longer a Democrat. Maybe that's one of the nice things. Just withdraw your ballot, dude. I'm not asking you to become a Republican. I don't care. I don't believe in these two parties, okay? I'm Gary Cardone, human being, American with a passport. I'm a vote for whoever does the best things for our nation and the world, quite frankly. Not just our nation, but the world. I live on this planet. I want the whole world to be okay. It's not just my little. I don't understand why we all think we have to be at war with each other, because I don't think a bunch of the people outside of us, dude, actually want war. I think it's us. We're the ones that are spinning up this game. It's just the game we know.
Yeah, it really is just all a game, isn't it? And the rules are changing. Yeah. Rules are changing a lot.
Yeah. Well, last comment here, and I do agree with this. This incident, dude, if this doesn't make you believe in Bitcoin right here, you're not listening. But this weekend may have been the best advertisement for Bitcoin I have seen in a long time. Because if you don't think it's worth, if you think they won't come take your fucking wallet, or shut your banking account banking down, they took a shot and hit the president of the United States last year from 4 years ago. Okay. And CNN, Fox, fuck you, Fox. Okay. All of you guys, see, they hoodwinked Trump last time. They screwed Trump. They turned on Trump. Megan Fox, the girl that has the endless period, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Donald Trump's the right solution. I love Megan Fox now, dude. She was able to get through all that crap that happened 8 years ago, and she's now going, this is crazy, dude. Okay, I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. So just ask yourself if we were really free, okay? And if we're not really free, ask yourself who the hell is taking the freedom away. And you're not free if you can only go to work for McDonald's, okay? And you're not free if you don't have a good education. And you're not free if your family is addicted to drugs and crime, and you can't, and you're living in Chicago and you're worried about your 8-year-old sister getting shot in the head through some random act. That's not freedom, dude. That's a fucking prison. It's a cage, all dressed up with a red, white, and blue flag around it. This is not what we were supposed to be building up 200 years ago, dude. It's not even close. Is it anywhere even close? This is why I want to go back through the Constitution, because I think I'm going to get really upset. I think I'm going to get really upset when I go through the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and go, well, all of these have been removed from me. All of these have been removed from me. Okay. I mean, I was making a post this weekend. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure that the CIA is going to probably start knocking on my door. But I'm calling the CIA out. I think you did JF Kennedy, and I think you did it with other organizations, and I think you tried to do it again. And you will do it again and again and again. I'm fucking sick and tired of war. Too many people dying here. Like, I could get crazy. I wrote a list of things I did. I had a list of things this big. I had to throw it away. Because I went from JFK, RFK, MLK, Vietnam. Ooh, what the fuck were we there for? That was a really big waste. Remember Orange, the
Agent
shit
Orange.
they were, Agent Orange?
Yeah.
Like, I know guys from Vietnam, dude, they're still fucked up.
Yeah, it gave a lot of people cancer. A lot of them are dead.
We then bring these people back and we treat them like shit, dude. They got to wait in line to go to the doctor. That's uncool, man. That is not okay for the school system. Who's got a great IQ out there because they went to school? Not one of you. That's failing. Our hospital system, dude. Not one person that I'm looking at right now really trusts their doctor. Not one person trusts walking into a hospital today in the United States because you don't know what they're going to give you. You don't even understand the contract you're entering into. We're doing commerce all over the world today. Not one person that's done an e-commerce transaction understands the agreement they entered into. This is bizarre, dude. Our world has become so overly complex and distorted. And that's why I do stuff like that. I mean, like that's a fucking Bitcoin, dude. But you know what? If I don't help these guys, how else are they going to fly around all over the place and get some shit done? But I'm telling you, dude, Bitcoin. I mean, we're at $64,000 right now. It was at 57. People were talking just like, hey, this is going to go to, it's going to go to 37. I was hearing $37,000 the other day. And here we are at 63 with everything else behind it pumping. Google's pumping. Microsoft is pumping. What would this market be if Trump was dead right now? What was the stock market be worth right now if Trump was dead?
Stock market would have dumped. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, what's it going to do when Trump wins?
Probably pump to the moon would be my guess.
Going to pump like a monster, dude. And crypto is going to explode. Okay. There's two solutions for us. One's bad and one's good. And they're run by very different people.
Correct. Well, guys, we're going live on Twitter Spaces this evening.
by the way, so just want to shout that out. We will have Chris Inks with us, so if you want to know more about the Bitcoin market, we're going to be going over that probably tonight, as well as maybe probably even rehashing some of what we talked about on this YouTube live. There's just so much to talk about, to be completely honest. But I'm looking forward to this evening. So guys, if you haven't saved it already, 5 p.m. tonight, Twitter Spaces, Gary and I, Chris Inks, come and talk about Bitcoin. I know we've had a lot of Bitcoin talk in the comments. We kind of went more political today because I really wanted Gary's perspective on, everything that's going on recently. And then just comparing that to, JFK and Reagan and all that fun stuff. But I mean, Gary, do you have any lasting comments?
No, I would ask people to really think about what role you're playing here. You're either muted or you're playing a role. If you're muting yourself, you're playing a role. You're choosing to be passive, take whatever comes your way, and you're making me and Sam work harder. So if you're muted, then know that you're not really helping the system. I got it. You say prayers for me and everything, but if you're one of those people, send some money to Dennis Porter. Okay. If you're one of those people, send some money to another lobbyist that can help whatever agenda you have. But we're going to have too few people doing too few things. And we need an army of action. And we need an army of people talking to their neighbors saying, hey, I might not like Trump, but what happened yesterday was uncool. That is not okay. And if you're 60 years old, or older, I'm holding you accountable for not talking about this for the last 50, 60 years. Okay. This has been going on and we've been allowing it to go on. And as long as we continue to do this, why wouldn't they continue? Why would they change, dude? It's been working for 60 years. They know we'll give up at some point. They'll just slam another building, dude. The bigger, the better. Okay, let's nuke a whole island. Let's take England out and blame Assad. Let's take England out and blame us, whoever. But I think these people stop at nothing. If you actually think about what they have done in the last 60 years, as of recently, Nord Stream 1 and 2, a massive dam in the Ukraine. We go from COVID-19, which is total scam, in my opinion, set up by the same exact people that tried to shoot Donald Trump 2 days ago. We went through the COVID-19 thing. Not only did it go on a long time, but they continue after they knew it was bullshit to spin the story. Who else do we have? We have Edward Snowden. We have, who's the other guy that?
Julian Assange.
Julian Assange, okay. We have, Jeffrey Epstein just can't get any data on how many great leaders have been to that little rapey island. We have all of Hollywood completely out of control, talking about young Disney stars being bags, basically, for people to stick their things into.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, it really, you could go on and you can go deeper down the rabbit hole, but let's end on a positive note. How do you end on a positive note, Gary?
Bitcoin's up, bro. Bitcoin. See, Bitcoin, I do believe Bitcoin is showing up at the right time because, one, I'm not sure this gets fixed. I think there's a 50-50 chance, right? How this works out. And the 50-50 is because human beings are lazy. And I think American human beings are really lazy. We've just been assuming somebody else was going to do this. And I'm kind of at the point now, I'm like, hey, I think everybody needs to actually grab a voice, put on a red hat or put on a blue hat. And let's roll. And let's roll. Let's roll, man. If civil war is coming, let's roll. Okay. But if we're not at civil war yet, I think we're a pansy little country because this type of treason and betrayal and conflict is cancerous. It does not improve here. So we're either going to stand up and say this has to stop and be willing to people not like you. See, I think that's the problem. We're going to have to be okay with people. Just Reid Hoffman, fuck off. Okay. I got it. You're never going to invest in any of my companies. I don't give a fuck. Okay. I don't care. And the problem is, imagine how many people invest with him that won't invest with me because I don't like him.
Yeah.
But I am willing to take that hit. Okay. I mean, I know a lot of people on the West Coast that are like, I ain't doing shit with Gary Cardone. Not because I'm not smart. They're literally betting with their politics, man. And I just want freedom. I want an open market. I would like to remove the blue, the red, and the white and just have an open market. Everybody's measured by their abilities and what they do. Well, no, what they do, not their abilities, what they actually do in the world. So I'm sorry for going on so long, man. We need a lot of young people like you getting really active, dude. Like being willing not to make $8 million a year to become a politician and actually make a big change. That would be the most important thing I could do at 30 years old, at 27, not worry about making money. Literally, hey, I'm gonna serve this country for the rest of my life. I think that would be probably the greatest thing I could do for this country. And it may be that's something I need to look at doing right now. But one thing I won't do, I will not stop having these conversations unless I'm stopped, because I do think people need to be told, you got to start saying no to your neighbor. If they're crazy, sit down and have a conversation with them, okay? And this does not have to be this complicated. I am not against people that are Democrats. I am not against people that are Republicans. I'm not against liberal. I'm not against communists. As long as you don't start fucking with me. If you believe in communism, cool. If you don't believe in God, it's cool. If you're not a Catholic, it's cool. I'm not a Catholic. If you're a Scientologist, I don't really care, man. But like, we are each other. We're human beings. And I don't know why we can't just treat each other with, well, this is why I always say Bitcoin is grossly underpriced, because human beings have no ability to value other unique things. I just don't think they do. But I think this country's calling everyone to get into action or be willing to have something stuck up your ass every day for the rest of your life. And I use the really aggressive, violent words because I do think that is where we're at, dude. You can't believe that it's going to get any easier, right?
It's only going to get harder, and that's okay. That's just life.
Yeah. Well, it's where we are in our history.
Correct.
Like, this shit is not free. Freedom is not free. Okay, it's just not free. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. We should actually teach that in school. What is freedom and what does it cost? What's it worth? All right, buddy, let's roll. I got to do another couple of meetings.
How do you end each show?
Oh, I end each show, thank you so much, by saying that I need you to do something really special for your dad, your mom, your sister, your daughter, your son, that guy you don't like, the employee, your boss, your ex-boss that fired your ass, the guy you stole from when you were 18. Do something nice for someone, and you can't take credit for it. Okay, it's a really cool life hack. Go take care of somebody. Do something nice for someone else, not yourself. You can't go buy yourself a Rolex and not tell your wife about it. Okay, that's not the game here. You got to do something nice for your wife and don't take any credit for it. Thank you, Sam. You guys have a great day. July the 15th, 2024. And we still have Donald Trump is still alive, and he's at the RNC, and he's starting his stuff. So let's go. Thank you, man.
See you guys. See you guys on Twitter later.